Gonna do the same thing I did with the last banlist predictions. I've asked a few of my competitive friends in my team what their thoughts on the banlist are. So we'll go quickly through their lists. I won't make too many comments. I'll try not to. I'll save my comments for my predictions at the end. But this will just give you the idea of what a few seriously competitive players are thinking about the meta right now. Okay, before we get into each player's specific lists, I'm gonna mention that I gave them like just a bunch of cards that I thought fit nicely on the ban list and some that needed to be unbanned. So I just put a bunch of cards here and said just say whatever you think is necessary. You don't need to use all the cards. So let's get into it, starting with the unbans. This looks more like a wish list than a prediction, especially from these unbans. There's a lot. In fact, I think every card that could have been unbanned that's in this group, Lauren put in unbanned. So, starting off with Elder, I think of all the unbans, this is the most necessary. Then they have Navigation, they have the Karakuri card, they also have the 6 Sam card, and the Crystron Trap Impact. That's a fairly sizable unban list. Moving on to limit 3s, just a little bit more wiggle room for Karakuris. Then they wanted Ibli at limit 3, they wanted Mech Knight Purple at limit 3, they want Silent Mining limit 3, and they want the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon at limit 3. Interesting. I guess it's just to stop Mech Knights from going into it. Yeah, that makes sense. Next up, limit 2. Heading Seswa, just a little more wiggle room for Medolchis as they are struggling a little bit these days. Next up, limit 1, a fairly popular choice for limit 1 being Indigo, Mech Knight Indigo Eclipse, as well as Void Feast. Then to round off the limit ones, ooh, this is a heavy hit. They want Goki finishing move as well as Goki rematch. That is a heavy hit for Gokis. Alright, that's going to be it for Lauren's prediction. Let's go over to the next player. Alright, next up we have Gravy, one of our team leaders, with a bit of a more realistic list. Okay, I guess I'll start in unlimited completely. They put, where is it, Shien's Dojo, as well as the Karakuri. That's it for the unlimits. Then for limit 1, they wanted Void Feast. Where's Void Feast? At the back. For limit 1, sorry, I'm going in the wrong order. Another popular one, again, Mech Knight Indigo at limit 1. They also want Ebly at limit 1. Solid hits. Limit 2, they want Headbat. And limit 3, they want Mech Knight Memory, as well as Mech Knight Blue Sky. No bans. Interesting, not a lot of people are predicting any bans for this prediction, this ban list rather. That's going to be it for Gravy's predictions. Oh wait, actually, I see they added a few things. Another limit 1 finishing move, okay. Rematch, again. People really want to give all the limit 1s. I guess they really don't want them to have consistency or follow-up. Consistency and follow-up rather. They want them to choose between the two. Especially since Rota is a limit 1 card that Goki's use, as well as Moray of Greed. I don't have Moray of Greed on the tier list, I forgot to add that. But Moray of Greed at limit 1 is an interesting choice, as well as Needle Sealing. I also didn't get Needle Sealing on this. Needle Sealing at limit 3 they want. which I can see happening. Alright, next up we have Moisture. Moisture, again the popular pick, Indigo and Void Feast to 1. Limited to 2, they want the Karakuri. Limited to 3, they want Signet Mining, Expendable Die, that's a good one. A Headbat as well to 3. Ibly to 3. And Purple to 3. Unlimited, they also went a bit heavy on the unlimiteds here. Crystron, Karakuri, 6sam, where's 6sam? There, 6sam, Elder, and Shien's Dojo. They want 6sams to be fully unlimited. That's gonna be it for Moisture's list. It's solid, I like this one the most so far. Alright, next up we have another really good friend, Orangey. They have limit 1 as, again, you guessed it, Indigo and Feast. Where did I put Feast? There it is. They don't have anything for limit 2s. For limit 3s they have Ibly. That's also a pretty popular pick, Ibly at 3. Purple at 3, as well as Memory. And that is it. That's his whole ban list. He only wanted to hit Infernoids and Mech Knights, apparently, which I can see happening. It is Konami we're talking about. Alright, and last but not least, Tobio, probably one of the best players in the team, if not the best. For the limit 3, they have Ibly. Where did I put Ibly? There, Ibly. They have Purple, they have Memory. Headbat. Where's Headbat? I'm blind. They have Headbat. They have Expendable Die, all at limit 3s. That's pretty realistic. I like this list so far. Okay, then limit 2 they have Void Feast, Void Vanishment and Void Feast. Interesting, you can only play one of each. That's a hit I like, actually. I really like that. Signet Mining at 2, so it doesn't clash with Lady Debug. Galaxy Zero at 2, as well as the Galaxy S Photon Dragon at limit 2. This is different to the previous hit we saw to Galaxy Eyes, or prediction we saw to Galaxy Eyes. This actually limits Galaxy Eyes as a deck, but not Galaxy Eyes in Mech Knights, which is interesting. And then for the limit 1, of course, the Indigo. That is it for Tobio's, and that's it for all the teammates predictions I have. Alright, and on to my predictions. I will start with the unlimited list, because I think that's the easiest to predict. I think most necessary, as I said, Elder. I'm not too sure about any of the archetypes, I haven't played them that often. Dark Magician I think is fine to stay limited. Karakuri, I feel one of these cards can get unlimited. I don't know which one because I haven't played Karakuri, so I'll just put a placeholder. This could be either of the two that are on the ban list. Same thing for Crystron's placeholder. Could be any of the two that will be unlimited. 6 Sams I think will be fully unlimited. This one. Yeah, that's gonna be it for unlimits. Okay, on to limit 3s. For limit 3s we have Headbat. I don't think limit 3 to Suprex would do anything because Gokis can afford to drop a number of Suprexes because one of their skills adds Suprexes so that you have 3 in your deck. And they don't really rely on a skill right now, so they can easily just switch to that skill. So Headbat to 3 along with expendable die. Would prevent them from playing any of the generic good traps that are limit 3 right now, along with headbat and expendable die. Also for limit 3s, I want to see memory and purple. This again allows them to not play the strong limit 3 traps. Also really like memory as a pick to limit because it forces them to play a fewer number of these. And this card is extremely underrated. Well, I guess not underrated. This card is really strong. Whether you're using it to actually summon or you just use it as a column to get your other monsters out, it's very strong. And limit 3, you would definitely keep as many of these as you can. Maybe go with a 2-1 lineup and drop the limit 3 traps. Alright, next up for limit 2s, I really like the way the direction Turbio went in, so I'm going to put Void Feast and Void Feast and Void Vanishment to 2. You can only play one of each. That'll do pretty well. That'll pretty much kill Infernades. That deck really doesn't deserve to have Feast. It's at this point of the game's life, at least. Alright, I think I've hit all the top decks enough. You may be wondering about Galaxy Eyes though. I don't think they need to hit any of the Galaxy Eyes cards. It's going to come in a skill change. Obviously they've been doing skill changes a bit later than the ban list, but I will include my thoughts on skill changes in this video as well. I believe that they need to make the Galaxy Eyes skill once per duel. You have to choose which skill you want to activate. So if you go first, you pretty much have to use the one that adds Galaxy Lord to your deck. If you go second, you can still add the Galaxy Lord, or you could make it so you can make the big boy with one material. They definitely don't need to use both of those effects in one duel. And another skill change, I think, alongside the Galaxy Eyes change will be to Monster Move. I think they'll just make that once per duel as well. That seems pretty fair. And that is going to do it for this edition of Teammates Predict the Ban List. Pro Players Predict the Ban List? I don't know. We'll work on a name. Might make it a series one day. Might make it an official series one day. Once I come up with a title for it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the ban list, your thoughts on our guys' ban list as well. Do you think we are coping too much? Or our unlimits a bit too much? I think maybe our unlimits were a bit too much, but Konami, come on, you need to unlimit faster. I've actually been doing a good job in unlimiting decks recently. But yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Cheers, guys.